Production possibility, the final frontier. My name is James Tiberius Kirk, and I will be your guide in exploring this vast new frontier. Wait, I'm not supposed to be doing this? Crap. Allow me to introduce to you Monopolies, Monopolistic competition, market structure. Wrong franchise, wrong franchise. Apologies. Now, to the basis of both market structures graphs. We have the typical price, quantity axes, and then we have a different demand and marginal revenue as opposed to perfect competition. The demand slopes down, and the marginal revenue verges off of it, unlike perfect competition. You also have marginal cost as normal. But let's go into some of the more interesting details about this graph. With the perfect competition graph, the profit maximizing quantity will be where marginal revenue meets marginal cost. So that will be right here. However, they're not going to price it right here. They're going to go up to the demand curve and move over all the way to get the profit maximizing price of this good. But that creates something dangerous, something you don't want to see. You get dead weight loss. Now, this dead weight loss can be removed in a market if there's something known as perfect product discrimination, which is where a good is charged to each consumer the price they're willing to pay for it. So then this dead weight loss would go away, and then all of this area would become producer surplus, as consumers have no surplus, as they're charged exactly what they're willing to pay for it. Thus, they can either buy it or not, essentially, and thus they have no surplus. And producers get all the surplus. Now, seeing as there is deadweight loss, that means there's a socially optimum or allocatively efficient quantity, which is also where the perfect price discrimination quantity lies, and that is at the equilibrium, which you can better see if you think of the marginal cost curve as a firm's supply curve. Now, how could you determine the elasticity of the demand curve and where those elastic portions occur? Well, you go up to where marginal revenue equals 0, and then you go right here to where the demand curve is unit elastic. And then from this point all the way up, everything is elastic, whereas everything below it is inelastic. Now, before I go into the long run and profit or loss scenarios for both market structures, let me tell you about some of the differences between the market structures. Monopolies have high barriers to entry, whereas monopolistic competitions have low barriers to entry. Monopolistic competition markets have product differentiation because there are many different firms making similar but different products, but monopolies only have one firm making one product. And monopolies can operate at a profit in the long run, whereas monopolistic competition can only operate at no profit in the long run. And I shall now introduce to you those scenarios on the graph. So this is a firm operating either in the long run as a monopolistic competition firm, or possibly in the short run, maybe long run, for a monopolistic curve. Now, right here, there's no profit. The average total cost is equal to the price, which is derived from the demand curve, for this good. Thus, this point right here is known as the point of fair return where there is zero economic profit occurring for this firm. This whole box is both total cost and total revenue. Now let's take a look at a loss. This firm, it could be either monopolistic competition or monopoly, or operating at a loss right now. And we see that as the average total cost is above the demand or the price for this good. And thus, this whole box is total cost. This box is total revenue. And this box is the loss. It's a sad thing to see, but that's what they get for operating with deadweight loss. That's not what that means, but still, deadweight loss is bad. Now let's take a look at either a monopolistic competitive firm operating in the short run, or possibly a monopolistic firm operating either in short run or long run. Over here, we can see that average total cost is below the price. So that means this box right here will be a profit. This whole box will be total revenue. And this box right here will be total cost. It's a good thing for a profit to occur if you're a firm, because you want to make more money, don't you? My name has been James Tiberius Kirk of the USS Enterprise, and I hope you have learned enough about monopolistic competition in monopolistic markets today, and I hope you have a good day. Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon, it's attacking!